السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. رب زدني علما. اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحسن إذا شئت سهلا. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم في محاضرة دروس اللغة العربية لغير الناطقين بها. Inshallah ta'ala, today we will start and almost continue with fail mudare and almost conclude, but there's some things left of fail mudare which he will bring later on. So inshallah. So but this lesson brings all the 14 gardan of fail mudare, and he's trying to devise us for all of them, inshallah ta'ala. So let's begin. So, like we did in the 8th lesson for Madi, right? In the 12th lesson, in the 13th lesson, he's bringing, he's giving us a table, right, of all the fail mudare which he taught us, and those are like it can be divided into mufrad and jama, right? Mufrad and jama. He's not teaching us duals, but anyways, we've learned them also. We've learned all the 14, inshallah ta'ala. Right, so there's singular and then there's plural, and then singular can also be divided into third person and second person and first person. Same with the plurals, right? So anytime you want to choose which out of the 14, which one will come, you have to see three things, right? First thing, is it singular or plural? Second thing, is it third person, second person, or first person? Then the third thing, is it masculine or feminine? Right? This is how you have to jump through the hoops and decide which one to use. Right? So if it is singular, it is ghaib, third person, and masculine. So we use yazhabu, yafalu. Like example he gave, hamidun yazhabu. Right? Hamidun yazhabu. Right? But if it is plural and ghaib and masculine, so everything is same except it's plural, it'll be yazhabuna. Right? We know already, alhamdulillah. Hamidun wa aliyun wa hashimun yazhabuna. Right? For the plural, it is yadhabuna. Hamidun wa aliyun wa hashimun yadhabuna. Right? And for feminine, it is tazhabu. So if it is singular, if it is third person and feminine, right? Singular, third person, and feminine, so it will be tazhabu. Aminatu tazhabu. Right? Aminatu tazhabu. And it will be tazhabu. If it is plural and ghaib and feminine, it will be yazhabna. Right? Aminatu wa Maryamu wa Zainabu yazhabna. And this is the very tricky one. All the time people get confused with this yazhabna. Right? Maybe we can remember the yazhabuna. We just remove the waw. For female women, we just remove the waw. It will become yazhabna. For males, males plural, it will be yazhabuna, yaf'aluna, right? Or whatever, yaf'alna, yadhabna. Then mukhatab. Now this is all about ghaib. So we have 4, but we learned 6 of them anyways. Yazhabu, yazhabani, yazhabuna, tazhabu, tazhabani, yazhabna. Right? Or yafalu, yafalani, yafaluna, tafalu, tafalani, yafalna. Right? This is the more important one because people get confused. Now all for mukhatab, it's all tough, does. Right? So if it is singular and masculine, right? And so it will be tazhabu. Right? Tafalu. It's the same as this, but we look at the concept. Anta tazhabu wa hiya tazhabu is the same. Tafalu. It's the same, right? And then dual is tafalani or tazhabani, and antum is tazhabuna. Antum is tazhabuna. Right? So it's the same as yazhabuna, but instead of a ya, we have a ta. Antum, you all men are doing this, or you all men are going. Right? And muannas is what? Muannas is what? Feminine. Muannas, anti tazhabina. Whenever you are speaking to a female person, this ina should come. Speaking to a female person, right? Ina. Anti tazhabina. Right? Instead of tazhabu, we'll say tazhabina. And antunna tazhabna, same like yazhabna, but tazhabna here. Yadhabna tazhabna. With a ta. Then mutakallim is very easy. Mutakallim. Right? Ana, muzakkar, muannas, both are same. Ana azhabu, nahnu nazhabu. Right? So this should be easy now. If it is not easy, then we need to revise the previous lessons, right? Because it's not clear to us, right? Whoever is watching the videos or whoever it is, right? If this is not easy now, then maybe we need more revision in the previous lessons, right? From lesson 9 onwards till 12th. And but inshallah, it will be easy, inshallah, because we went through it a lot of details since book 2 starting, beginning itself. We went through this fi'l mudari a lot, right? Inshallah. So we have some exercises. Again, he will test us by using like we did in Madi. This will again, uh, use our mental energy, right? We should use our mental energy. So inshallah. So this is, so please help me with this. Fill in the blanks with the verb zahaba. This is only, we have to use the mudari yazhabu, and then choose which one we will use, right? Then we should choose which one we will use. Well, give me a second. So we have to use which one here, right? في أي ساعة داش إلى الجامعة يا عائشة. So can anyone help me with this? Which form of zahaba will come here? Zahaba, which form? Yadhabu, actually. Mudara. Anyone? This exercise is very important. So please, can anyone answer? Because it helps us to understand all the fail mudaras. The translation is, in which hour did you go to the university, O Aisha? Now, anyone? Is it difficult? Please let me know if you're unable to answer, so that I can answer, inshallah. Okay, okay, inshallah. So, في أي ساعة. So, ذهب, the mudara is yazhabu, right? Yazhabu. The mudara is yazhabu. Yazhabu. Now, yazhabu, then but we are speaking to a feminine person. So whenever we are speaking to someone, we have to bring a ta, right? Ta. So this will become tazhabu, but we are not speaking to one person. We are speaking to a feminine. So whenever we are speaking to a feminine, it should be tazhabina. Nam tazhabina. في أي ساعة تذهبين. So this will be تفعل تذهبين. في أي ساعة تذهبين إلى الجامعة يا عائشة. Right? In which hour did you go to the school, to the university, oh Aisha? In which school did you go to the, in which university did you go to the, in which time did you go to the university, oh Aisha? نعم الحمد لله. Right? في أي ساعة تذهبين إلى الجامعة يا عائشة. Next one, الطلاب dash إلى الملعب بعد الدرس. So which form of يذهبوا should come here? This is not singular, so first one was تذهبين. يذهبون. نعم يذهبون. يذهبون. نعم يذهبون. الطلاب يذهبون. Why? Because it's plural and we are not speaking to anyone. How do we know we are not speaking to anyone? We are not using ya. We are not using ya. الطلاب يذهبون إلى الملعب بعد الدرس. The students are going to the playground after the lesson. Okay. Inshallah. أنا dash إلى السوق يوم الجمعة فقط. I go to the market on the day of Jum'ah فقط. أذهب. نعم. أنا أذهب. Ana is there, right? So Ana should always be أذهب. أنا أذهب إلى السوق يوم الجمعة فقط. Right? I go to the market every on the day of Jummah only. Right? On the day of Jummah only. متى dash لزيارة المدير يا إخوانو. Careful with this one. When are you going to visit the principal, oh brothers? نعم تذهبون. أحسنت. تذهبون. Why ta? Because we are speaking to someone, so we have to start with a ta. So are we speaking to one girl? No. So it cannot be ina. Are we speaking to one boy? One masculine person? No. Brothers, right? Ikhwan. So it cannot be tazhabu. We are speaking to plural, so it will be tazhabuna. Elimination. We should eliminate, right? Eliminate. Inshallah. Mata tazhabuna. When are you all going? Because you're speaking to all of them, right? So plural will always be with una. Plural men, right? Yazhabuna or tazhabuna. Nam, no issues here. When are you going to the to visit the principal or brothers? أمي داش إلى المستشفى كل يوم لأنها مريضة. Should I translate? My mother goes to the hospital every day because she is sick. We're not speaking to anyone here. There's no ya, so no ta. There could be a ta, but the speaking ta will not come. Yes, here there is a ta, but this is for the feminine ta. Ummi tazhabu. My mother goes to the tazhabu because it's third person, right? And third person feminine singular is tazhabu. Ummi tazhabu ila al-mustashfa kulla yawmin. Okay, I should not translate. Okay, inshallah. My mother goes to the hospital every day because she is sick. A dash ila al-maktabati kulla masa'in ya banati. Tazhabna. Yes. So we are speaking to someone. Right? Ya has come. So ta should come when you're speaking with someone. Right? Do you go to the library every evening? Oh girl. Oh my daughters. Right? Banati. So you're speaking. So ta should come in the beginning. And then we are not speaking to one boy or one plural men, plural boys or something. Right? We're speaking to plural girls. So it'll be Ta should anyways come. It will not be tazhabu, tazhabani, tazhabuna. It will not be that. We're not speaking to one girl also to bring ina. Right? You're speaking to plural girls, so it will be tazhabna. Like yazhabna, this is like tazhabna. Right? Tazhabna ila al-maktabati kulla masa'in ya banati. Next one. Lima la dash ila al-matari ma'ana ya Abbasu. This is simple. We are speaking to one masculine person, right? Abbas. So why don't you come to the why don't you go to the airport with us or Abbas? Lima la tazhabu. لما لا تذهب إلى المطار معنا يا عباس. نحن داش إلى الجامعة بالسيارة الأجرة. نحن came, noon came, نحن here. So this noon should show us it should be نذهب. Right? نحن نذهب. We go to the university بالسيارة الأجرة by taxi. سيارة الأجرة is taxi. سيارة is car, أجرة is hire. Car for hire, but it means taxi. Right? أبي داش إلى المصنع في الساعة العاشرة. أبي يذهب. We're not speaking to anyone, and this is the first singular masculine. أبي يذهب إلى المصنع في الساعة العاشرة. My father goes to the factory at 10 o'clock. أخواتي داش إلى المدرسة بالحافلة. أخواتي, we're not speaking to anyone, so no ta, right? And this is feminine plural, so يذهبنا. نعم. Akhawati, my sisters. Akhawati is sisters, right? My sisters go to the school by bus. My sisters go to the school by bus. يذهبن إلى المدرسة بالحافلة. Okay. Now, same thing in the next exercise, but we need to choose which verb should we use and then choose the form also. Right? أداس اللغة العربية يا سيدي. تفهموا. Yeah, you can say تفهموا. Do you understand? Or we can say تعرفوا also. Do you know? Right? So we are speaking to masculine person. So fahima yafhamu, and just one person. So tafhamu. And do you understand Arabic language? Oh sir, Sayyid is sir. Next one. نحن dash كرة القدم كل مساء. This is very easy, inshallah. نحن نلعب كرة القدم. We play. لعب يلعب باب سمع. نحن نلعب كرة القدم كل مساء. We play football every evening. Next one. أفي مهاجر الجامعة يا إخوان. We are speaking to someone. So ta should come. You're speaking to brothers. Ya came, right? So whenever we're speaking to someone, the verb is correct, but with a ta. Naam. أفي مهاجع الجامعة تسكنون. We're speaking to brothers. Do you, mahja is hostel, mahaja plural hostels. So do you stay in the hostels of the university, oh brothers? أفي مهاجع الجامعة تسكنون يا إخوان. Stay or reside. Next one. التجار dash دكاكينهم في الساعة التاسعة. Translation: the traders dash dakakin. Dakakin, dukkan. The plural is dakakin. Shops. The dakakinahum fi saat tasi, at 9 o'clock. Opened, yes. So the verb in Arabic, open, not opens. Yeah, the plural. The traders open. So which verb here? Fataha, mudare, yaftahu. But which form of yaftahu? Plural, masculine. Yaftahuna, naam. At-tujjaru yaftahuna. The traders open their shops at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock. Dash al-mudarris darsa ala saburati. Yaktubu, very easy. Right. The teacher writes the lesson on the board. Yaktubul mudarrisu ad-darsa ala sabura. Let's bring this up. Next, akhwatu Hamzata dash bil jamia. Careful with this one. Yes, which verb? Should I translate? No, no. Not travel. No, no. Sisters of Hamza dash in the university. Study. Sisters of Hamza study in the university. Because ba came, right? That ba is showing us, yeah, darasa. The mudar is yadrusu. But the correct form for sisters. We're not speaking to anyone. Feminine plural. Yadrusna, naam. Right? Whenever feminine plural comes, we should bring a noon at the end. Khalas. Yadrusna. How do we know yadrusna? Because ba can be, B can bil jamia. Because we use for studying in the university, we use B for universities. Yeah. For madrasa we use fi, but for universities we use B. Ana dash al Qur'ana kulla sabah. Hafila by bus. Oh, yeah. But we have to bring a verb here. No? Oh, bil hafilati. Oh, okay. It's jamiati. Naam. Bil hafila is also fine. Yeah. Ana dash al Qur'ana kulla sabah. Naam. Aqra'u. I read. Qara'a yaqra'u. أنا أقرأ القرآن كل صباح. في أي محطة داش يا سيدي. محطة is station. So in which station will you get down? Oh, sir. So there's a verb for getting down. Which verb is it? Any idea? If you're not sure, you can type NS. Not sure. Now, it is nazala. The mudare is yanzilu. So which form of yanzilu? Nazala yanzilu, to get down. We're speaking to someone here and it is masculine. So very easy. Yanzilu will become tanzilu. Naam. في أي محطة تنزل يا سيدي. On which station will you get down? Oh, sir. أختي dash ثلاثة لغات. ثلاثة لغات. My sister. This one, ninth one. No, yeah. No, not understand here. So we'll use the no one. Not alima ya'lamu, another arafa. Arafa ya'arifu. Because for languages, that's what you do. She knows. The subtle difference between alima and arafa. So we have to use arafa ya'arifu. Ta'arifu, naam. Ukhti ta'arifu salasata lughat. My sister knows 3 languages. أختي تعرف 3 لغات. Next, من أي إذاعة داش الأخبار يا فتيات. Here, yes, yes. Careful with this. If you're not understanding, this word might be confusing. Fatayatu. No, 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 no. Young boys is fityatun. Naam. Young girls. Naam. Tu is always, this is confusing anyway, so no issues. So the verb for listen, hearing, it is samia. Samia yasma'u. And we are speaking to girls here. So which form here? Of yasma'u. And we are speaking also, right? To all plural girls. Anyone? Tasma'na. Naam. Tasma'na. Ahsant. Naam. So alhamdulillah. Right? Because we are speaking, so ta should come anyways. Right? And we are speaking to girls, it should be tasma'na. Yeah, so much we have to think, right? Alhamdulillah. Right? It's all about 3 hoops. Yeah. Are we speaking to someone? Yes. So it should start with a ta. Right? If you're speaking to someone, you're speaking. You're not speaking to someone. Okay. Right? So it should start with a ta. It'll not start with a ta. Right? So it's like this. Let me show it like this. Thought process will go like this maybe. First, we should like divide into, are we speaking to someone or not? If you're not speaking, I mean, yes, this is, let me use a whiteboard maybe. So here it is. The thought process will go like this. We see a verb and then it divides into 2. Are we speaking to someone? Right? Or not? So like this. And then it goes down. So let me write. Right? Are we speaking to someone? Someone. Are we speaking to someone or not? Right? If we are speaking, if yes, or it could be no. No. If yes, begins with a ta. Begins with a ta. With a ta. Right? Begins with a ta. If no, is it first person or second person? It divides into 2 again. Right? Is ana or nahnu there in the sentence or not? Right? Ana or nahnu there in the sentence or not? So if there is, maybe ana / nahnu, then the answer is easy. It starts with a or a noon, right? Afalu or nafalu. If it is not ana or nahnu, then again no. Right? No ana nahnu. No ana nahnu. Nahnu. Then again it divides into 2. Right? No ana nahnu, it divides into 2. It is masculine or feminine. And then it goes on, right? You have to eliminate so many things. I hope we are getting clear, inshallah. And then is it masculine, feminine, then is it singular, plural, and so on and so on. Right? So inshallah it should help us. I mean, a little bit maybe. So, I mean, it's becoming a long thing. But generally, when you're speaking to someone, there should be a ta in the beginning. Yeah, it comes. It comes. That taking of time is required, right? Is required because in the beginning, that's what it requires. But when we keep on reading, the brain gets used to it. Like for example, once in the beginning, once you are driving, changing a gear requires a lot of mental energy, and you have to keep track of which gear it is when you're driving a car or a bike or whatever, right? Which gear it is, and you have to keep a track and so on. But once you keep driving all the time, brain automates it, right? So similarly here, this will also get automated, right? That's how languages work. Like for example, this has, inshallah, hopefully it has become automated. Whenever we have a harfu jar, there's a kasra coming, right? And we automatic, I hope it has become now, we automatically, give a kasra, right? Fil baiti. I mean, if anyone reads it fil baita and fil baitu, it'll look so bad, right? I mean, it looks so weird. I mean, how dare he reads it like that, right? So, so inshallah, this will also become automated, right? Because you're learning for the first time. I mean, I mean, it'll take time, right? But we should take time and should not worry about the time, right? So many people, what they want to do in the languages, from zero, they want to reach 100, right? Very soon. This will not happen. We should instead focus from 0 to 10, right? Then if we are okay with it, then 10 to 20, then 20 to 30, and so on. You don't just, what happens, or sometimes they'll compare a person who's 80 or 90 in the language. Oh, I'm just 10. Oh, look at him, he's 80 or 90. I'm at 10. No, don't look like that. Look at the next goal, 20, right? 30, right? Because this guy has spent so much time, or he has he stayed in the madrasa and so on, right? He's a scholar and he spent 8 years studying Arabic language, right? So we should not compare with that person, right? Because he had it. Maybe he doesn't know English language and we are good in English language, right? He doesn't know any science and maths, right? We know science and maths. So everybody has their own skills, right? So we should never compare here. Oh, and people want to jump here directly without going through this part, right? So always focus from 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and so on. Never think that, oh, we want to become experts in language. Even I'm not. Even after so much studying, I think I don't know anything, right? Give me a literature. I started, like, once I was reading, although we shouldn't read. I mean, um, during my childhood, I read a lot of Harry Potter. So I thought, let me try Harry Potter. And I started reading in Arabic. I couldn't understand one page, even now, right? I mean, not now, a few months back. And it was like, what are they speaking about, right? So I had to open the translation and so on and so on. Although I'm not recommending to anyone to read, but I'm just saying, right? So it's all your doodly and so on, something. Okay. So although I've read all of them during my childhood, right? So Philosopher's Stone and so on. So it takes time, right? I mean, literature is anyways, out of hands even today. You have to keep opening dictionaries. Inshallah. Now, so the next exercise we have Sahih al-Jumal al-Atiya, correct the following sentences. Uh, Ya Mariamu, there are mistakes. Hmm? I used to think the same when I used to look the people who've studied before. Inshallah, it'll take time. I'm not saying it'll come 2 years, 3 years. Right? We should keep going. And we should have the love for the language. The only people who can keep going is one who have love for the language and who want to study. Right? And so for them, journey, the destination doesn't matter. Right? The journey is what matters. Destination will come if you're on the journey. Right? It will come. It will not. It's not something, and we will get that aha moment when we realize, oh, I know the language. Right? That's what happened with everyone. Right? Any language you learn, for right, German, French, or whatever, you keep learning, and nothing makes sense, and you become tired. German is like, where's like Tosh and so on. So it's so weird. Right? German, or French maybe. French is like, oh, they write something, it's pronounced something else, and it's so difficult. Right? I mean, alhamdulillah, Arabic is not so difficult, right? What we write is what we speak 90% of the time. Right? French is nothing like that. Oh, I don't know why they write the spellings like that. Right? So it's so difficult. But that's how it is. But once you keep trying, you get frustrated. You keep trying, and suddenly you get it. Aha, I got it. Right? That's the moment when we realize, oh yes, now we got it, right? Or Spanish is easy, and I feel it's easy, but it's not that difficult. Spanish and Chinese is so difficult. Yeah, Mandarin, you have to learn so many alphabets and so many diagrams, and people are good with diagrams. Those are the ones who will be able to learn properly. But it's so much difficult, Chinese, and right. So languages are like that. Languages are like that, and there's a whole group called the polyglots who take pride in learning languages, right? Polyglots they call, and there are several people who just learn the language just for the sake of fun, right? But we don't. We are not here to learn the language for fun. We are here for ibadah. This is worship for us, right? We get ajr for striving to understand the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his language, right? Not in any translation, which is just watered out version of the Quran. It's nothing but a shadow. The translation is, right? Nothing but a shadow. Okay, now again, this exercise. Oh, maybe we'll do this exercise tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. The third and the fourth one, we'll do this tomorrow. Today, what we will do is, we will do something in the notes, which we will come, which we will come later on. Right? So this is going to be hard a little bit, but this is just, preparing the dish. Yeah. So we know about the musters and so on and so on. I'm just trying to, I hope we know about fail amr, right? Or maybe let's read to fail amr, because many of us don't. Right? So this will come after the break. Right? So now I'm going to spend, inshallah, the next half an hour or so in doing the following pages of this AR notes, right? And whatever comes, so that once they come after the break, at least we'll remember something or the other, and it will not look difficult, because we didn't spend much time on the amr, on the command verb, inshallah. So we'll begin this notes. So please relog in again. Jazakallah khair. Okay. So after we come back from the break, inshallah ta'ala, so tomorrow we'll continue with the third and fourth exercise. So that again, it's a good exercise once we come back. I mean, tomorrow, that this exercise, and the next one is anyways easy. It's just explaining, and that's it. We are done for this year. Right? Alhamdulillah, we are done with this year's portion. Right? So just two more exercises and we're done. And inshallah, from lesson 14 onwards, we'll continue after we come back from Ramadan. So tomorrow will be the last class before Ramadan, inshallah. So before we go, I just wanted to, we just wanted to read or understand a little bit in some things which are going to come after the break. That is in 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, and so on. So that is fail amr. Right? So we know fail madi, right? We know fail madi, that is zahaba. That we know fail mudari, yazhabu. What is fail amr is command or request, you can say, but generally we say command verb. Right? Izhab, go. So imperative verb, it's also called imperative verb, right? To give command. Fail amrin, amr is called command verb. Signifies a command or a request. Right? It signifies what? A command or a request. It is derived from fail mudari. So anytime fail amr comes only from fail mudari. Right? To command, or this is only for second person. Right? We will learn third person or first person in book 3, inshallah. It's called lamul amr. Right? Lamul amr we'll learn in book 3, inshallah. It's not that difficult, but we won't go into that. We are just learning how to command to a person who's second person, right? Second person, who's in front of us, mukhatab. Right? So second person. It's very easy. It's not that difficult like mudar. It's very easy. Just 6 of the sigha, right? 6 of them. So how to construct fail amr? So first we look at the fail mudari. Start with the appropriate second person failun mudari. So what do we do? we take the fi'l mudari. This is step 1. Remove the harful mudari'. What is harful mudari'? The first letter. Remove it, chop it off. Right? Chop the first letter. Make the verb majzoom. The third step is what? Make the verb majzoom. What is majzoom? Which has a sukoon, which has a jazm, sukoon. Right? And whenever we are making majzoom, we have to remember 5 in your pocket. I hope you remember this. 5 in your pocket. Noon comes and noon goes. And mabni. Because in mudare, there are 5 types, right? 5 in your pocket. Yafalu, tafalu, tafalu, afalu, nafalu. How do we make them majzoom? By giving them a sukoon. While noon comes and noon goes, all those yaf'aluna, yaf'alani, taf'alani, yaf'al, not yaf'al, taf'alani, taf'alina, taf'aluna, and right, there are 5 or 6, 7 of them, something. Right? Noon comes and noon goes, we'll drop the noon. Yeah, all the middle ones, all the noon ones, except feminine plurals. Yaf'alna, taf'alna are the 2 mabni sisters. Yaf'alna, taf'alna, because they're plural, right? So the name which I gave in school is mabni sisters. Right? So how do we make them majzoom? Here we give a sukoon. Here we'll cut off the noon. Here it will remain the same. I mean, nothing will happen. So for example, this will become z. This will get a sukoon. So is habu will become z. We can't pronounce even that. So we cannot even pronounce that. So the resulting word cannot be pronounced as it starts with a sukoon because it starts with this, right? We chopped off. Right? We chopped this off. So what you will do? We'll bring a hamzatul wasl. What is hamzatul wasl? It's not this hamza, right? It's not a hamzatul qata. We'll bring a hamzatul wasl. Right? So this hamzatul wasl should be brought. And what vowel sign will we give it? We'll look at the ain kalima. What is the ain kalima? The middle letter, right? If it has a fatha or a kasra. So if it has a fatha or a kasra, we will give it kasra. Right? If it has a dhamma, we will give it dhamma. So that is the rule. Like for example, we have a fatha here. So izhab. Always remember the fail amr will never start with a fatha. Never a fatha. Never. Never at all. Right? It will always start with a kasra. Right? Yeah. So, 1 second, please. Okay. It'll never have a fatha. So if it is a fatha or a kasra, it'll be kasra, the middle letter, right? Ain kalima. And if it is dhamma, it will be a dhamma. So some examples here, like fataha yaftahu. So what did you do? Shortcut, we can remember chop hamza, right? We chop this and chop this and then bring a hamza. So, but what should we give? Because this has a fatha, we gave it a hamzatul wasl, we gave it kasra. So it will become iftah, open the door. Iftahil bab, right? Open the door. Right? Fataha yaftahu, iftah, open. Qara'a yaqra'u, chop hamza again. This chop, and this has a fatha, so again kasra. Iqra, sami'a yasma'u, read, right? Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Isma, hear, listen. Right? Isma Ali, listen to me. Right? Isma. Then this was what? All had a fatha in the between. Now this all have a kasra. Jalasa yajlisu, to sit. Bab daraba, right? Daraba yadribu. Idrib, ijlis, sit. Ghasala yaghsilu, ighsil, wash. Right? Ghasala yaghsilu. Again, this has a kasra here. So the first letter, hamzatul wasl, will also get a kasra. And raja'a yarji'u, izja', return. Right? Izji'i ila rabbiki. Return to your Lord. So, and the last one is anytime you have a dhamma in the ain kalima, we can never have a kasra here. You have to have a dhamma itself. Kataba yaktubu o kutub. Don't worry if you're not able to understand most of it. Inshallah, we have the whole lesson coming up. Lesson number 14, 15 and 16, I guess. Right? All this is about fail amr. And he'll bring enough exercises to make us understand. Dakhala yadkhulu udkhul. Right? Because my goal here is just for 10 to 20% of understanding. I'll not go in so much in detail here. Right? When we are coming back again to the lesson after the break, inshallah, we will go in detail because the lesson itself is all about this. Right? Sajada yasjudu usjud. Right? So this is what it is. All right. And then we are learning about uses of ma. There's so many types of ma, but we learnt about ma nafia, right? This is used in negation nominal as well as verbal sentences. Right? For nominal sentence which starts with a noun, ma nafia means negative ma. Ma indi qalamun, I don't have a pen. Ma akaltu shay'an, only with madi. Right? Ma nasma'ul akhbar. But with mudare also will come, but it is negating the mudare only in the present. Right? Inshallah, he'll bring all this time, all those things. Then we learned about ma istifhamia, right? Questioning ma. Ma haza, what is this? What? Masmuka, what is your name? Maza turidu, what do you want? Then we also learned maybe, right? Ma'ul mausula, ma relative, or we didn't, I think. We didn't learn. Relative ma, right? Ashrabu ma tashrabina. I will drink, or I drink what you will drink, something like that. So this is, no, we didn't. This is called, this ma mausula is like allazi. Same like allazi. What or which meaning, right? I will drink what you will drink. Isma'i ma aqulu laki. Hear what I say to you. Right? So this is like joining sentence, right? Here what's sa'ashtari ma turid. I will buy what you need. Means what or that which as a conjunctive noun. So this is like allazi, right? It gives same meaning. Inshallah. So this will come generally with verbs. Hear what I'm saying. So we don't say isma allazi ma aqul. We don't say that, because with verbs we'll use ma aqul. Like in the Quran it comes that la a'budu ma ta'budun. I don't worship what you worship. La a'budu. Abada ya'budu is to worship, right? Qul ya ayyuhal kafirun. La a'budu. I will not worship, I do not worship. La a'budu ma ta'budun. What you all worship. Ta'budun. Wala antum. And you all. Wala antum. La a'budu ma ta'budun. Wala antum ma abiduna. What's so confusing. قل يا الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. And you all are not worshippers of what I worship. عابدون, right? عابد فاعل. عابدون ما أعبد. ولا أنا again we have to come. قل يا الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم. And I am not a worshipper of what you all worship. Right? And قل يا الكافرون again. قل يا الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون لا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد. And you all are not worshippers of what I worship. لكم دينكم ولي دين. To you is your religion and to me is mine. Right? So yeah, because it's so confusing. Right? I don't worship what you worship. You are not worshipping what I will worship, and I will not worship what you will worship. Or I'm not a worshipper. And to you is your religion, and to me is mine. We'll learn about it. For example, it comes قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا ودخل جنته. And he enters. It comes in Surah Al-Kahf, right? He entered his garden. Dakhala, to enter, right? Jannata, his garden. Jannatahu. He entered his garden. وهو ظالم. While he was. This waw is like wawul hal. And he was, no, this while he was zalim. He was unjust to himself. لنفسه. So anytime you say himself, we bring the word nafs. Right? This is called reflective pronoun in English. Right? لنفسه. Because like if I say he hit himself. So English we are bringing self, right? So in Arabic you have to say daraba nafsahu. He hit himself. Right? We cannot say darabahu. So because that will become he hit him, right? You have to say daraba nafsahu. He hit himself. So zalimun li nafsihi. He was unjust to himself, right? Qala, he said, ma adunnu. I do not think. Right? Ma adunnu. Dhanna yadunnu, to think. An tabida. I don't know this word. Tabida. Right? It is, I think you have to look it up. Right? Hazihi abada. This will not, I don't know, abada yabidu. I don't know. And tabida hadihi abada. But meaning is to perish. That this will perish. So ma came here. Ma adunnu. I do not think. Wa ma huwa biqawli shaytanir rajim. And this Quran is not the statement of the shaitan. Ma salakakum fi saqar. What has this is istifham. So these both are ma nafiya. And this is all istifham. Ma salakakum fi saqar. What has brought you into hellfire? Ma lakum la tarjuna lillahi waqara. And what is wrong with you? Ma lakum, many times it comes What is belonging to you, it doesn't mean that. It means what is wrong with you, what is the matter with you. Ma lakum, what is wrong with you guys? La tajuna lillahi waqara, that you do not attribute to Allah grandeur, waqar, like you do not think that Allah is great, right? And this is ma'al mawsula, alimat nafsu ma ahdarat, right? The soul will know what it has brought forth, right? Ahdara yuhdiru, surah at-takwir, right? Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu lima taquluna ma la taf'alun. This is mawsula. Okay, anyways, this is all about ma, right? Ma mawsula. Then this is the most important, the moods of the verbs, right? The moods of the verbs. This is like, we need to always remember, right? There's mabni and there's mu'arab. The opposite of mabni is mu'arab, right? Mu'arab. What is mu'arab? It's declinable. Mabni is indeclinable. It will remain the same. Mu'arab is something which declines. And then in mu'arab again, in nouns I'm talking about, there's munsarif and there's ghair munsarif. What is munsarif? Triptotes, like normal triptotes. And then there's ghair munsarif, that is diptotes, right? Ahmadu, ahmada, ahmada, and so on. All right, so it's like moods, right? Moods, but we do not call moods in nouns. We say cases in nouns: marfu, mansub, and majroor. But when it comes to verbs, we'll say moods of the verbs. We won't say cases. I mean, it's just an English word for it. But we can say cases of the verbs also. But they wanted to say something different, maybe. So they said moods of the verbs. So the moody, fail mudare is moody, very moody. But fail amr and fail madi are mabni all the time. Zahaba is always zahaba. Fa'ala is always fa'ala. All of them. No change takes place in fail madi and fail amr. Failu amrin or failu madi. Right? Nothing happens in these two. Regardless of, for example, zahaba will always stay as zahaba. No change. Right? Similarly, izhab will always stay izhab. Mabni, mabni, mabni. Fixed, fixed, fixed. The amr also. Right? This is true for all 14 forms for the past tense and 6 forms for the imperative verbs. Right? All of those 14 forms and 6 forms. But fail mudare is mu'arabun. It has 3 kinds of moods. Right? This guy mudare is moody fellow, and it has 3 kinds of moods. Right? Like we have nouns similar to how nouns decline: Muhammadun, Muhammadan, and Muhammadin. Fail mudare also declines. It also changes according to the situation, right? Like it has 3 kinds of modes. It can be marfu, right? Default, right? Marfu is the default one. It can be mansub with a fatha. It can be majzoom, yazhab. Never majroor, but never majroor. Fail mudare can never be in the mood of, we can say case of majroor. Never at all. In nouns, marfu, mansub, and majroor. But here, marfu, mansub, and majzoom. Right? Majzoom. These are the 3 forms. So if we remember the 5 in your pocket and so on, this is what it is. Right? This is what it is. Inshallah, he'll bring so many lessons for that. Please don't worry. But see here. The blue ones are 5 in your pocket. The blue. How do we make it marfu? Simple. We give a dhamma: yazhabu, tazhabu, tazhabu, and then azhabu and nazhabu. Right? We give dhamma. Mansub, how do we make it? With a fatha. The tazhaba, tazhaba, azhaba, nazhaba. How do we make it majzoom? With a sukun. Yazhab, tazhab, azhab, nazhab. Right? These are very easy 5 in your pocket. The sign of which being marfu is dhamma, fatha, and sukun. Right? Jazam. But what about these green ones? These green ones, again, very easy. Noon comes and noon goes. There are 7 forms. Right? 3 are common. In 7 of them, 3 are same, right? So, yazhabani, middle ones. Yazhabani, yazhabuna, tazhabani. Not this one, pink one. Tazhabani, tazhabuna, tazhabina, tazhabani. That's it. 7. So, all this, how do we make it marfu? Same. We don't do anything, right? We don't look at kasra here. No. We look at the noon. If the noon is there, it is marfu. If the noon is ghaib, if it has disappeared, yazhaba, that is it's mansub or majzoom. See, yazhaba. Yazhabuna, yazhabu, yes. When it happens, we'll learn later on, but like mansub happens because of 4 things. An, lan, kai, izan. Right? Majzoom happens because of lam, lamma, lamul amr. We'll learn later on, inshallah. But generally, lam, lamma, lamul amr, uh, and so on, right? The few of them. Or hatta also, it becomes mansub, hatta. But generally, there are four. Right? Nazhabat, nazhabat, tazhabu, tazhaba, tazhabi, tazhaba. How about the mabni? Mabni remains the same. Mabni is like locked. Malfu is also locked. Mansub is also locked. Majzum is also locked. Yazhabna, yazhabna. So anytime fail mudare changing its mood, we have to ask what cases. Is it five in your pocket? Is it noon comes and noon goes, afalul khamsa, or is it mabni? If it is five in your pocket, we'll make it mansub by fatha, majzum by sukun. If noon comes and noon goes, the name itself says noon goes. Khalas. When it's mansub and majzum, it is, you know, it is noon goes, right? And mabni is mabni anyway, it remains it. So yazhabna remains yazhabna, 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 and tazhabna remains tazhabna, tazhabna, and tazhabna. Right? This is what it is. So here he just says anatomy of fail al mudara. So huwa yafalu. How do we break it? Yafalu. So what is the alamatul rafa? The dhamma. So what is the sign of it being marfu? Dhamma here. And what about the noon comes and noon goes? So file is hidden. This smiley faces means file is hidden here. Right? So in Madi, there were two places where file could be hidden. Fa'ala and fa'alat. But here, all the five in your pockets. Yafalu, tafalu, tafalu, afalu, nafalu, the file is hidden. If it does not come in the sentence anyways, right? Damirun mustatirun. All these smiley faces are like damirun mustatirun. Right? Why? Yafalu, he does. So where did that he come from? It is hidden. Tafalu, she does. Where is that hidden? She is hidden. Again, tafalu, you are doing. You do. Right? Tafalu here. Where is that you coming from? It is hidden. And I do. Afalu. Where is that I coming from? Hidden. Mustatir. Nafalu also hidden. So all these five in your pockets, the files are hidden if they do not come in the sentence. Sometimes it can, many times it can come in the sentence like yafalu Zaidun. Zaid is doing something, right? So Zaid is the file there. But if it is not mentioned, the file is hidden. How about these? Ani, Una, the file is Noon. The file is Alif. The file is blue, right? Here the file is Yafalani. There it was Fa'ala, Alif. Here also it is Alif for duals. And there it was Fa'alu. Here also it is a Waw. So the file is Waw here. Again, Alif. This is Mabni anyways. This Alif, then Waw. Then this is file is Ya. Taf'alina. Right? Right? So what is this noons then? This is the sign of being marfu. Right? If it is marfu, yafalani, this is marfu. Yafaluna, this is marfu. Tafalani, this is marfu. Tafalani, again, no. And mabni, anyways, the file is what? The noon is the file. For mabni, yafalna and tafalna, the noon is the file. It is not the sign of being marfu. For others, the noon is the sign of being marfu. Why? Because if noon drops off, then we know it's mansub or majzum. But here the noon never drops. So this is the file. Yafalna and tafalna. Right? Inshallah. Right? So this is what. So if you understand basic, this is what the case of fail mudare. All these three types of fail mudare in the moods. And this is all about it. Again, he goes about that. Noon drops and noon goes, and this is what. And fail amr. And inshallah, I think this is enough. We'll continue this from tomorrow. Again, he gives masdar mu'awwal. I want to do this tomorrow, inshallah. Right? And I won't go into fail amr, and maybe we'll just go read it a little bit. But I want to do all the weak letters. Right? All the mu'tal al-fa, mu'tal al-ain, mu'tal al-lam. Right? In just brief. We already did a lot about this. Right? We already did a lot about this, but right, inshallah, all of this I want to do. Naqis especially. So we will do maybe I'll just do Naqis tomorrow. Right? Because I spent some time, right? I hope you remember, right, about this waqafa yaqifu. Only one change is waw drops here. Right? And then qala is qawala. I did speak about it. So inshallah, we will speak again and again about this, but I want to introduce you to this mu'tal al-lam. So tomorrow, that's what we'll focus on. Mu'tal al-lam, because this requires so much, so much changes. There's so many changes. Right? There's so many changes. And we'll try to understand this tomorrow. Naqis, right? Inshallah ta'ala. And what is that? Al-Fail Mudare Naqis. And then we have Muda'af, Hajja, Yahujju, kind of this, all this also. That's it in book 2. Book 2, this is what is important. Inshallah. This is what is there in book 2. Right? Then we have Muda'af. Muda'af is very easy. There's nothing much. Hajja, double letters, right? Muda'af is double letters, and it is always Bab Nasara. Right? The most important here is the Naqis. Because Ajwaf also maybe we can understand a little bit. But Naqis is something which goes all the time over the head, and it's very difficult. Yeah, inshallah ta'ala, inshallah. Right? So tomorrow, I won't spend all this time Ajwaf and so on, because we already did a little bit before. We'll just do Naqis tomorrow. Right? Naqis, it'll be a shock, and there's so many changes, and it'll be all over the head. But it's okay, inshallah, because I understand this is the most difficult part of book 2. This is the only thing difficult, maybe. Right? Maybe Ajwaf also is a little bit difficult, but not that difficult like Naqis, because this is like head banging. Right? You have to hit your head on the wall. It's so difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. Muda'af also, some people find it difficult, the Hajja, Yahujju, but it's not that difficult in my views. Hajja, there's no change at all. Hajja, Hajju, Hajjat, Hajjata. Here we just open it up. Hajjatna, Hajjasta, Hajjastum, Hajjastum, Hajjasti, Hajjastum, Hajjastunna, Hajjastu, Hajjasna. Yahujju, Yahujjani, Yahujjuna, Tahujju, Tahujjani, Yahjujna. Here also it opens up. Tahujju, Tahujjani, Tahujjuna, Tahujjina, Tahujjani, Tahajjudna, Ahajjuna, Ahajju. There's nothing here. Hardly any changes. But here it changes. Fourth one, Hujja it becomes. Right? So what I want you, inshallah, to practice these 3, please. The whole of the break, our main focus should be these 3 weak letters. Right? If you practice enough of the Mu'tal al-Fa, that is Misal it is called, and Ajwaf, and most importantly Naqis, and try to memorize all these, I mean, at least the Madi and the Mudare of it, right? Madi, Mudare. It will really help when we come back, right? At the end of book 2. And it will be a cakewalk if you at least memorize it. So inshallah, for that memorization, I will help into, trying to understand. Even if you don't, it's okay. But this is the hardest part of book 2, right? I'm just preparing yourself. So because when it comes, many students get lost, right? This is like, what is this happening? And so I don't want that to happen. So inshallah, that's why I'm focusing. It'll come in end of book 2. That is after 4-5 months, maybe 6 months, whatever, right? But we want to be sure. So this is what is there in book 2. Khalas. Weak letters, double letters, verbs, and moods of the verbs. Khalas, over. Many people thought moods of the verbs were like so difficult because they didn't do it before. This 5 in your pocket, what is this? Noon comes and noon goes, right? And this, inshallah, now it might not seem that difficult for you because we already did a little bit, right? All these moods of the verbs, because they were not prepared for it, right? When I learned this, I was like, what is this? All this noon comes, noon goes, and all that stuff, right? But this is not the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room is fail naqis, right? So inshallah, we'll try to understand a little bit of it. And many people are not able to understand, but hopefully I'll be able to explain a little bit, right? Inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Inshallah, jazakallahu khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. So tomorrow will be the last class before the break, inshallah. And we'll do naqis, right? So few minutes for the lesson, just hardly. Just this exercise is what takes time. After that, this is just reading, right? That's what he says, that the file is hidden and so on. And that's just khalas. And we're done, right? Inshallah. Jazakallahu khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. I took a little longer this time because ending. So I just wanted to give this. So inshallah, please forgive me. Inshallah, jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.